Good evening. I'm on the Haunted Antiques Paranormal Research Centre channel. My name's Jacqueline Dixon on Paranormal Peeps, and tonight's guests are Dean Buckley and Veronica Buckley. I just changed that, that's better. Right, okay then, Dean. I met you at Derby Jail a couple of years ago at Christmas, Richard Felix's Christmas party. Can you remember that one?
Yeah, I can remember.
Yeah. Did you do the investigation in the cell when everyone else was singing Bohemian Rhapsody outside?
I can't remember.
I do, because it's really random. Trying to do an investigation where everyone's just killing Bohemian Rhapsody on the karaoke. Not good, is it? But anyway, can you tell us about yourself, Dean? You're not a private investigator, you're a paranormal investigator. So how long have you been a paranormal investigator even?
I've been a paranormal investigator around 17 years.
Wow, that's amazing. So where did it all start for you then?
From my parents, going around with different mediums to different spiritualist churches on circuit, growing up, and always had a connection with spirit that way.
That's
and
brilliant.
I'm going to locations from them.
That's great. So did you pick up things with spirit as well as?
Yeah, I started seeing spirit from the age of 5.
Wow, okay. So how was that? Did your parents speak to you about it first? Or did it just happen?
I started seeing spirit. And
Sorry?
I mentioned it to my mum. I started seeing spirit, different places, wherever we are. And I spoke to my mum about it. And she put me straight through onto a, course through SNU. I was 13.
That's amazing. And Veronica, where did it start for you then?
I'd always felt spirit. I'd always known spirit around me. February, April 2001, I lost a premature baby.
Oh.
And from that, I wanted to know that life kind of carried on and that he grew. It was a very, very magical moment. People go, oh, that's so sad. No, his life, he was only down on this earth plane for 9 weeks. Okay. And I can honestly say I've never known anybody to make the steps in a short time that he made in my life in those 9 weeks. I then fled and came up to Yorkshire, and I was sat in a house in Doncaster, and all of a sudden Most Haunted Live came on with an RAF station that I spent a lot of my childhood at. And I thought, oh, I'll watch that. And from then on in, I started sort of getting that bite. And I joined Simply Ghost Nights as team. And a lady who lives just around the corner from me, we built up a bond, and she took me to my local SNU church, which is where I then stepped forward and did my mediumship, and spent many, many, many years. It's not an easy, short course. It's a long course, a lot of learning. And I left Simply Ghost Nights and eventually set up my own company with a few friends called Paranormal Friends. And we wanted to have investigations with the general public, but we didn't want to do the same locations that everybody else does.
Yeah.
So we did it. If we found a location and then a team nicked it, we left it. We never went back. We'd only have a handful of the general public. And so it was about getting them to understand the proper way of communicating with spirit and getting the best out of their paranormal night.
That's brilliant. So how does that work then? What is the ideal way of running a paranormal night for you?
For me, I like to come back, and I like to find, for instance, when we went and did Conisbrough Castle with Tanya from TH Hauntings, we picked up on Father Tom. And what I like is when you come home and you research Father Tom and you actually find him in the history books. Wow. I love that, because the proof and the evidence backs everything. And it's really strange, because a lot of people knew Dean because he's been in the industry for quite some time. And I felt quite honoured, because I was doing a demonstration and a talk on the paranormal at the local spiritualist church, because I was trying to get it so that the churches aren't scared of us paranormal bug groups, because there is this clause between the churches and us paranormal ones. So I did a talk, and Dean decided to join and see what I was about. And as everybody who knows Dean, got to have a photo with Dean. And we just became friends. And obviously 5 years on, we're together.
Oh, that's fantastic to be able to meet and still be together. But then you can investigate together now, can't you?
Exactly.
It's amazing. That's brilliant.
Yeah, we seem to bounce off each other with ideas and things, so it's good.
It is brilliant. I'd love to meet somebody who I could go and investigate with. Like, a lot of the time I want to go somewhere, like, spur of the moment. But unless I go on my own, it's like, yeah. And I don't really want to walk around woods in the dark, not from a paranormal perspective, but from a safety perspective.
Yeah.
Because you get a lot of people hanging around, and,
exactly.
You don't know what they're up to. And, yeah, it's a living with the scariest, really, isn't it?
It is. I mean, even though I go with Dean, we still get approached.
Yeah.
But just being together, it just gives you that safety. And because obviously Dean loves his history and he knows everything about sort of Conisbrough, it's really great when I give him facts that he knows about, because he gets that stupid silly grin on his face that she's got a hit there. So it's really, really nice. And I think Dean and I are on the same thing, singing the hymn sheet, in that there should be this power and unity, and that we should all be getting on. There shouldn't be that you're from that group, so you shouldn't speak to this one. We should all help each other.
Yeah, it's a nice theory, but then, oh dear, there's too much
doesn't always happen,
involved, isn't there? There really is. Like, I investigated HAPRC a few weeks ago. I got different people together, invited you to, but you couldn't make it. And, that was just like a blend of energies and people from around the country as well. And it's amazing just to see how different people work.
Yeah.
Like, I'm investigating with you guys soon, and I can't wait for that. That is just going to be
a brilliant night.
Yeah. It's too confirmed, isn't it? We might announce it one night, Dean.
Yep.
Right, so Dean, you do a lot around Conisbrough Castle. Can you tell us all about it, please?
Well, I've been doing it. Well, I've been investigating it about 17 years, and it's got a lot of ghosts and spirits onto the location. Well,
so do you speak to the same one a lot?
One or two, yes. But keep coming forward.
Oh, that's brilliant. Right, I want to say thank you, Patrick, Patricia, Gerald Freeman, for watching, Abigail, Victoria, Hayla, Claire Smith, Sarah Edwards, Caroline May Sambrooks, Mark Dudley, Luke Allerton, Thanks for joining, everyone. Sarah Edwards, I mentioned you already. If you have any questions for Dean and Veronica, let us know. If you want to know anything about Conisbrough Castle, I think these probably know more than a lot of people about the history. It's in Doncaster, so I really can't wait to go. I've got Leslie Hudson as well. There's a few of us going to be doing an investigation in Conisbrough on a mystery date to be announced, Dean. And Leslie's watching as well, and Leslie's on that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic night. It's going to be an experience.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet Leslie, Kaz. Friend Phil Newton's going to be there as well. And, you know, just blending the energies. And, yeah, once again, it's this paranormal, para-unity stuff, isn't it? So it should be amazing.
It's just that, you know, if we can all come away and learn something from it, you know, a skill, a gadget that, you know, can be used to help get the best out of our own investigation, I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, it is, because I'm actually in a group called Para-Unity where I think when I joined, there's like 50 groups in there. Now there's like 80 plus. And one night we're just chatting in Messenger and somebody uses a whistle at investigations. So we thought, well, why don't we have a live chat about it? And we got this guy on for the US and a couple of other, well, a few others, and we just went on a live and just had a general debate. And I'd never thought of using a whistle at an investigation.
Yeah, because a lot of people can't whistle.
Well, no, a dog whistle. I can't whistle. I'm not even going to show you. I can't do that. But yeah, a dog whistle because of the frequency.
Exactly.
So
I hadn't even thought of that. And that's what I like about this. It's that chat just is an inspiration.
Yeah, that's it. And also, you kind of meet people on Facebook. You don't know them, you know, see the faces. It seems to be quite a small community as well. And it is actually nice to actually put a face to the name. I've met some amazing people through Facebook, and a lot of people, like a few, like I worked with a couple of weekends ago, and I'm doing the same again with the same people. It was nice to meet them finally. But you felt like you know them, but you know, to actually see that they don't look like their photo, that's always a
lot of
good one
people
as well.
don't.
I know, that's right. You're expected to see someone and you're walking by and think, oh, is that person? But yeah, so I really can't wait for that. I'm going to Haunted Antiques again very soon. Doing a live invest on Saturday, actually, so that's going to be interesting again. But so what's your scariest moment then? So we start with you then, Dean.
So that's down to two. Well, I'll say Tutbury for mine.
Tutbury, yeah.
First one.
So why is that? Why is Tutbury so special?
Well, we were doing an investigation there back in 2009, and two ex-teammates from my old team were, they're like little, you go through a kitchen at Tutbury into a little outside area.
Yeah.
I walked through the kitchen looking for them. Someone said they're outside. So as I went outside, I opened the door, and one of them was running back to me and bumped into me and knocked the camera out of my hand, pitch black. Then Angie, the second one, ran back and knocked the other camera out of my hand because I ordered cameras from.
Wow.
Then them two were trying to get through the door at the same time. I'm in pitch black trying to feel for my cameras on the floor. Could not find them. And all of a sudden, the spotlight come on. Before the spotlight come on, I heard this dog barking. I thought, oh, great God, running towards me. And he got closer and closer. I thought it was going to go for me. I didn't know if I had a guard dog or not. And the spotlight come on, and I saw my cameras, picked up the cameras, turned round, and it's just like plant pots I saw with a bit of water at the castle. I'm a no dog there. I thought it would have me.
Oh, gosh. That's weird, isn't it? Yeah. Leslie Hudson says she'd like to investigate Tutbury. So, Veronica, what's your favourite place?
Mine's got to be Whittington Castle down in Shrewsbury.
Right. Why is that?
For me, it's a hidden gem. I went and did a day before we did the investigation. We went and did a walk around. It was just me and another team member and the lady that runs it.
Wow.
And as we're walking around, we go to what they call the dungeon, and I sort of stood on what they call the dungeon, looking down, and I said, "This isn't a dungeon. This is an oubliette."
Ah, yeah.
And she looked at me and she went, "Are you sure?" And I looked at her and went, "My guides are telling me I'm 100%. I believe them than what I would do a human any day. They won't lie to me. Humans do." And I said, "No, I'm 100% sure." She says, "It's not in the history books, but yeah, there was an oubliette." And
Oh,
then when the Joe Public came and did the investigation, everybody was counted for, and books kept falling off. If anybody watches it on that show, you'll find
yeah.
that books kept falling down on their show. Well, a book fell down on our investigation, and it was what it was to die on death row. The page it was open was, and I just thought, wow, that's just amazing.
Wow. So, can you explain what one of those is for the people who don't know who are watching? Oubliette.
What? An oubliette. An oubliette is the old-fashioned prison. It was awful. Where in modern days, you get them put in a cell in the prison. In oubliette, you are literally pushed into a hole in the wall, a hole in the floor, and you are weed on. You are thrown scraps of food. It's hell. You often don't come out from an oubliette, and literally it's about, most of them are about 20-30 foot down, so a lot of them break a bone as they go down into an oubliette, and it wouldn't have been a peaceful time in an oubliette prison. I'm not like saying that any prison's peaceful, but there was just nowhere to hide from anybody. You literally were on top of other prisoners, so you had no cell as your own. You weed, you pooed, and everything.
Yeah.
Where you slept, it was very rarely cleaned, if at all. So they were quite hell. Most of them were in buildings, so I wonder about what would have actually happened with the odour,
Lovely.
because it wouldn't have been very nice smells coming from them.
Well, I can imagine like somewhere like Derby Jail, you just think, I don't know if you've been there, I know Dean has, but you think about one of them cells, how many people are actually put in there, and they're treated a bit better than who's thrown down in the oubliette. And also, they might be there till they die, really.
Exactly.
There's no easy way for them to get out, is there? Sometimes I've seen one in a Welsh castle, and it's just a massive drop. So you can just imagine they'll just push them, and that's it. Bye.
Yeah.
Like
and literally, they weren't handed food. Oh, here's your Sunday dinner. It was literally, just chunks of bread and stale, and it just wouldn't have been very nice conditions at all. And we often think that Derby Jail wasn't very nice. When you'd speak to Richard Felix, and pardon me, he tells you about the history there, and you think it's so different to an oubliette. And I think I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure the Pendle witches actually were placed in an oubliette at one stage prior to their trial. I'm not 100% sure though, but
yeah, it's a shame that's closed at the moment.
Yeah,
can't access obviously because of COVID. I hope people are aware of that as well. So if people are intending to go in the next week or so, then no go. You know, we just try and get out as much as we can while we can, don't we? At the moment, because we really don't know what's going on.
It is, but I know this might sound hypocritical and wrong, but it's also probably for spirit time for them to heal and rest themselves.
Yeah.
Because when you think of some locations, they're often investigated Friday, Saturday, and sometimes during the week. That can take their energy.
Yeah.
And not all the time do the paranormal investigators talk to spirit nicely. So I think that when we get back in properly, you know, when we can get into some of these juicy locations,
Yeah.
I think the activity is going to be a bit like it was many years ago when we first started getting into this, because a bit like we've got our energy back, spirit are going to be the same.
Yeah, that's it. Like, you know, every week they're getting different faces in going, can you switch that light on? Can you tap here? Can you move this? And as on cue, I'm not quite sure what's happened with Dean. You're right, Dean. Okay, I'm not quite sure what's happening. Oh, he is all right. That's fine. That's totally on cue. That one is. Tap this and your phone falls down.
He just went.
Did it? Have you got any spirits in your house then?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah. His sister, my son, the rest of the spirits we only allow in to certain rooms because I believe that there should be privacy. So places like our bedrooms and bathrooms,
yeah,
are a no-go. So
that's what kind of bothers me, because the thought that it can be anywhere and you can't have any privacy, and you think, well, you know, if you've got your mum around, which I think I have most of the time, like, God, where does she go? It's like a bit much, really.
yeah, I mean, the thing is obviously family know you. So
yeah, I know, but they've never been to the bathroom with you, have they, when they're living?
No, I mean, I don't think most of them I think they only come into the bathroom if they need to warn you.
Right, okay, I hope so.
Do you know what I mean? If they're trying to get your attention.
Yeah, it's not one to like, it's not one you really want to think about, is it really?
No.
Just want to have peace and quiet in there, to be honest.
But then when we go to haunted locations,
it's
always the toilets that are active.
Yes, I've been in there. Yeah, I've been hanging around toilets before on investigations.
You know, and we're all sat on the toilet going, if there's anybody here.
Done it.
You know.
Oh no, yeah. I was on the toilet and Jane was in the bath. Jane Harris.
That's a fantastic location.
It is amazing, yeah. Yeah. I went to Neil's party, Haunted Antiques, and then afterwards we're actually staying in Bosworth. So we didn't drink anything, so we actually went round the grounds that night. Me and Phil Newton, and he actually heard a voice. I picked up on some children playing as well near the water tower. And that church as well is fascinating.
Yes.
There's something about that church and the gravestones. I don't know, it's drawn to one or two of those as well. And yeah, I'm going to go back there, to be honest, again. But
I like inside as well, and you know, singing Frere Jacques to the children and stuff. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what we should be doing, is using our basic skills rather than all these gadgets. We don't need them. Use what we were given.
That's it. I do like to use my own senses. And then, well, last time I went to Haunted Antiques, it was just crazy. They were using us as toys.
Yep.
The spirits picked us off one at a time, and they spoke through three people. They overshadowed three people because there's a serious lot of energy. Like, there haven't been many people investigating it. We were all experienced. We turned up. We were up for it. I think the spirits have sort of got the building. They were in control, and they're just having a laugh with us, really. And it's just brilliant, you know. I just loved it.
And that's what's so nice, isn't it? Is that you could go back to the haunted museum and never have the same night again. And I think that's what I like about it. Because, you know, even though I can go back to the same location over and over again, doesn't mean you're going to speak to the same energies and to the same spirit.
That's right. I've actually taken spirits from, like, I've been to Gresley Hall, I've been to the woods first. And we actually took Rastafarian to the hall. And he overshadowed one of the guests. It wasn't an event I was working at. And this guy was speaking in, like, a Jamaican accent. But we'd taken this guy from the woods. He arrived with all, you know, the residents within Gresley Hall, and they were thinking, what the hell?
Wow.
Because so was he, really. Which is, like, really random. But yeah, it's just amazing, isn't it?
It is, and that's what I like is you know, you don't know what you're going to get. You know, you can think, right, I've done this location before, I know what to expect, but then when you get there, it's completely different.
Yeah. Sometimes when you walk in.
I mean, Dean and myself and Kaz Rooney spent the day today walking around Donny M Museum.
Yeah.
It's been years since I've done it, and we're looking at booking it as part of Fright Nights for next year, and we couldn't believe how much better the energies are there. They were like, as we were walking around, Kaz and I were like, "Can you hear that tapping? Can you hear that rapping?" And it was like, you know, you could. The energies were like there. It was beautiful.
Wow, it is an amazing place, isn't it?
It
so
is.
What did you get at the Aircraft Museum then today, Dean? Did you pick anything up?
As we're going through the different buildings, you can sense the atmospheres change. I think it was building 21.
Yeah.
As you're walking through different rooms, you can feel it change. Spirit watching us today as we're walking through.
Oh, that's brilliant. Did you sort of pick up any energy from the different planes, or did you sense any smells or pick anything up like that?
I didn't know. Not today.
I think he was too busy with his camera.
Okay. A distraction then. That's the thing about gadgets. There can be distractions, can't they?
Yeah, I mean, Dean's not Dean if he doesn't go out and take 500 photos. So it'll be worth seeing what we get in some of these images.
Oh dear. Yeah, I'm like that. I'm always fidgeting with something. But last time I did go to Haunted Antiques, I didn't need any gadgets. It was just amazing, you know. And people were using dowsing rods as well, and pendulums, things like that. And we're getting information. And it was just great to see how different people were working and without the gadgets.
Exactly. And sometimes it's that simple one. It's like, you know, like you say, if there's anybody here, can you please copy this sound?
Yeah.
But giving it time, not, if there's anybody here, can you please give us a sign? Are you male or female?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But it's giving them time, but also at the same time doing your EVPs. And I think that's where a lot of people sometimes go wrong, is they miss out on these credible EVPs. And with the dictaphones and the EVP machines getting higher spec, the EVPs are getting more Class A EVPs now. And sometimes you then don't need the medium.
Yeah.
Because you've got it yourself without a medium. Nick's voice.
Yeah, I do try and see what I can pick up, and then I like to get things validated.
Yep.
Do you read up on where you go, Dean, or do you just go in a place cold?
I don't read up at all before I go.
Right.
I like to just go, have a look, pick everything up as we go with.
That's brilliant. Yeah. Do you do the same, Veronica?
I have to. My guide would be telling me off if I went and started researching. The only thing I do prior to an investigation is about 3 or 4 different meditations.
Yeah. Yeah, I do wonder about doing. I've done that before I've actually gone on 1 or 2. Yeah, I'm doing like lessons now every Sunday, so hopefully that will help me this time. But I don't.
There's a simple one, and there's quite a few people that do it. Sitting in the power, being in the power.
Yes, I know that one. Yeah.
And I just think that's a fantastic one to do before an investigation, because you're full of that white light and that. So you're a homing beacon ready for spirit as soon as you get there.
Yeah, that's amazing. Hi, Wayne. Thanks for watching. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Viv. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you've got any questions, let us know. Just add it to the chat. So where in the world would you like to go? If you could go to any location in the world, Dean, where would you go?
Tombstone, Arizona.
Why is that?
Because I've always been interested in it since a kid, Wild West.
Okay. So it's not drawn it. You've seen it on TV loads, and you just wanted to go. And
I've always wanted to go.
oh, that's fantastic. So yeah, it's just totally different location, isn't it? It's brilliant. It sounds fantastic. Where would you like to go, Veronica?
Mine either would be Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Or I'd really like to spend some time at each of the locations where the Jack the Ripper murders took place.
Oh, right, okay.
I'd love to get to the bottom of things.
Yeah, that's it. And you could probably, well, you would try and connect, obviously, and see if you could help and get the missing links, really. We've got Catherine Callagher watching. You would like a reading. I'm sorry, we don't give messages on the show, unless Veronica, but we're not aiming to give messages on the show.
Yeah,
depending on if it's drawn to anyone. But
no, I'm not really drawn to anyone because I haven't really opened up. I've just
yeah, that's right. You know, to be doing a show like that, you do need to open up, and you do need to be ready, really. If you just okay, so if you just have a look, see if you can find somewhere what does give readings. Leslie Hudson says Alcatraz is amazing. You've actually been there. Wow. That must be amazing energies.
It would, because it's not often got to. Do you know what I mean? It's not often investigated. And I think there's more to it than meets the eye.
Yeah, that's right. It's just be so amazing. It really will. Have you ever been scared anywhere, Dean? Obviously, it was that issue where those two ran at you, and you got the barking dog. Anything else?
Nowhere else apart from
nowhere else, just there.
Yeah.
Have you been scared, Veronica?
Yes. Strangely, one of the location where you two met,
oh, wow.
Derby Jail. It was my first investigation ever, and I did it there with 2 of Richard's team, and they had problems then with people drinking and stuff, but there ended up being about 8 of us. I think it was in the condemned cell.
Yeah.
And I was holding on to the medium's hand, and she kept saying, he stood in front of you. I'm like, oh, I know, I can sense. I hadn't was fully opened at that point, but I just knew. And I just felt him. I could just felt spirit's energy touching me in places that really wasn't nice. My spirit.
Oh, blimey! No.
And then the Galleries of Justice was my second, and I hadn't learned how to close down properly then.
Right. Okay.
So we're halfway on the A1 M1 home, and all of a sudden I smell that, awful smell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyone that's just had their dinner, I'm not going to say. Anyway, we could smell it in the car, so I was like, we pulled into the hard shoulder, and I just told it to get out and don't come back to my house. You're not welcome. But it was quite frightening because I didn't know whether I was doing the right thing at the time. And I think that's what sort of geared me up to, I want to learn.
Yeah, that's strange. Yeah, I don't know if I'd know that something was in the car with me, but I've certainly taken things home with me, and I've had things visit me at house. And had some dodgy experience. I've even gone on a paranormal investigation and taken something with me on an event.
Wow.
And he was from Haunted Antiques. So
really?
From Haunted Antiques. I think that was on the Friday, Saturday, and then he came to my house the Wednesday, Thursday, and then I went to Matlock Pavilion, and he came with me. He made one of my friends really ill. Yeah, Phil Newton went really ill. I was just chatting to him, and he just went really ill.
Oh, bless him.
That was so funny. Yeah.
Oh, bless him. But that's where it kind of is that a learning curve sometimes. So as you leave, if you can't close down, you just sort of kind of say to spirit, right, thank you for communicating, but you're staying here. You ain't coming back. Do you know what I mean? Even though some you really would like to know a bit more about, it kind of fires you up a bit to go back.
Yeah. Because on a lot of events, they say you can't take spirit with you. And I think when you first go on events, it's a great feeling. But a lot of places do the protection. So that really helps sort of the newbies who sort of go along. And I think a lot of places, it will be really safe because you are protected. You're protected by the people working at the event, aren't you?
Exactly. And whatever event I go on, I always tend to put without sometimes people knowing, just a white light of protection around the building and around the group, not to stop the spirits' communication, but just to know that they're around, and that they've got a bit of guidance, and they're open.
That's it. Yeah.
But also, don't we like it when we've got a skeptic on an investigation, and you do something to them, you put them on loan investigation, or you do some work with them, and then all of a sudden, by the time they leave, they go, I'm not so much of a skeptic now. I'm on that fence.
Yeah. I took my friend to an event. It's a teenagers' night. So I took her and her daughter because they've never done anything like it, and the daughter wanted to go, and it was a special teenagers' night. And my mate doesn't believe in any of it, even though she's experienced things, she doesn't believe. So her and her daughter both got some tarot cards, which were sitting around. They both opened it up at the same card, different packs. They then did a second card, and it was like the same suit, but just one number out. And then the third one, they got the same card each.
Wow, that's amazing.
Well, yeah. And I think my friend thought that she got tapped on the head as well. So for a skeptic to actually get some, get something is just so amazing.
And it kind of gives them that bug, isn't it? Because I don't know about you, but it started off as that little bug. I'd just go on the one. And it never is it?
It's a New Year's resolution with me about 2004 to find out if ghosts existed. So for kind of years I went along, nice buildings, empty, people were seeing things. And I didn't really get a lot, to be honest. Get the odd flashing light, but I think I just did it for the hell of it. But then once you get an experience, which blows your mind, that's it, isn't it?
It is.
It's just absolutely crazy. Leslie says it's very addictive.
It is.
It kind of makes your weekend so fulfilled in a way, because you're going out here, there, and everywhere. But it kills the days, doesn't it? Because you're just tired.
It is. I mean, I always have a nana nap beforehand, so that when I get there, I'm thoroughly energized and ready to go. And then the following day, it's just like that comatose state. And
it's shocking.
But you're kind of at the same time buzzing at the same time. It's a strange one.
Yeah, you just you kind of get that bond, because if you know people there, you're just like chatting, aren't you, in a group, going, "Wow, I can't believe that happened." Like Haunted Antiques. There've been quite a few write-ups about what happened that night. I can't even do a write-up. It was just too mind-blowing. Oh dear, don't start on the power hangover. Oh my gosh. If you really get one of them, my gosh, yeah.
And
you might as well have had a bottle of whiskey, really, because you just feel as bad, don't you, sometimes?
You do.
Yeah.
It's shocking.
You do, but sometimes you can have that para hangover just by communicating with one spirit rather than loads. It can be just one that can drain you.
Yeah, that's it.
But give you that buzz at the same time. Have you ever done Sheffield Fire and Police Museum?
Yes, you have.
See, Kane does it for me. I love him to pieces.
I see. I don't know, because I went round there, but that was the day back in the day when I used to go around these beautiful buildings and they're empty. Experienced absolutely nothing, because they always said I needed a brick to hit me before I actually realised no things in the building.
Yep.
It's different now, though.
But I think it's sometimes how he's called and sometimes how energy's called on how they get responded. And so I love going to Sheffield Fire and Police and just sitting on his bed and having a catch up.
That's brilliant.
It's like a weekly coffee morning, isn't it? Oh, Granny's Union. He sat on his bed talking away. And I like that.
Yeah, it is great if there is one that you can talk to people. Talk to spirit. Oh, Catherine's asking when we start talking to people. I think she needs. I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't know if she's got a sound on. She said that she couldn't hear us. Leslie Hudson said, "Be nice to spirit and respectful, and they will be the same back."
Definitely.
Yeah.
What you get is what you receive.
But it's just like humans, isn't it? You're walking into their home.
Exactly. Exactly. And I was told it when I went into a spiritual church. You're talking to somebody's loved one.
That's right.
And we all should be treating spirit with love and respect. And if you're wanting something out of them, the more you speak to them, the more you're going to get stuff out of them.
Yeah, that's it. What do you think about this demon thing? What do you think about demons?
I think there's negative spirits. I think there are other entities. I believe there are fairies, pixies, elves, and things like this. But devil, I think it's more how the person's energy, whether it's a negative energy rather than a positive energy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. That's the way I say it in a way, because I also wonder if demon is, obviously we've got the church side, but with it being in the US, I just think the word demon, maybe because it's just a negative person.
Exactly. But isn't our job to understand why they're negative?
Well, that's right. Yeah, because the last investigation I did, there's this guy who's a bit grouchy, and I picked up that he was actually a nice guy, really well off, and he really played his finances down. And I realised he was grouchy because he was suffering so much, and that was it.
Exactly. But also we got to remember that back in the time, they were more judgmental than what we ever are, and if that's very hard to think. If you think of certain religions, if you took your own life, you were told you weren't going to heaven. Do you know what I mean?
That's right.
And that can cause people to be grounded and to be stuck down here. But if you're stuck down here because you've had a hard life, and a religion saying, no, you can't go upstairs, you can't be at peace, you get frustrated.
So why do you think people are down here then? What reasons are they that are in the same place? Or
I think some of it's faith. I think some of it's how they passed.
Right. Okay.
If you pass quite quick and with the tragedies, sometimes your loved ones aren't there on the other side to pull you through.
Right.
And it depends on if your loved one's going to be there the other side. But I think that some people are just grounded because that's how they want to be. They don't want to go home because they don't want to learn from their mistakes.
Yeah.
It's the same as some people say, my house is haunted, isn't it? And it's usually because that's their house. They bought that house. Why should they leave it? I bought that house.
Yeah. That's it. And a lot of hauntings are when the houses are changed round, aren't they?
Exactly.
Like you can
Exactly, for disturbing energies.
Yeah, that's it. So, Dean, what do you think? Why do you think spirits hang around?
Because they've got unfinished business.
Yeah.
Some needs help along the way.
Yeah. Have you ever helped somebody along the way then? Either of you? Have you been in a position where you want to help somebody?
We did it about 2 weeks ago. We helped a young lady with a spirit. 2 weeks ago. It was the most fantastic experience going. Yeah. I love sending spirit to the light, especially if they feel a bit grumpy. Because when you actually find their story, a bit like what you said about some are just downtrodden. When they see their loved one there the other side, and you can say, stop being so grumpy. Look, your wife's there. She's come to say hello.
Oh, bless you.
Go on, grab her hand and take her through.
Oh,
and it can be quite emotional. I always have to have sugar afterwards, because it can be quite draining.
Yeah, it's just draining.
And it's that empathy as well. I think when we're doing this paranormal investigations, we should be more empathetic.
Yeah.
Just to everybody, not just to the spirits, but for other investigators. Because I know sometimes I'm like, shh, if they're being too noisy in the other room, and you forget to think that they're doing their own investigation as well.
That's right. I do try and be respectful of people. Well, you've got to, because you like trying to get there's nothing worse than trying to get an EVP and then you can hear somebody in the next room just shouting their heads off.
Yep.
And it's just mad, isn't it? Or running around, or everything. Because you've seen some places where people just lose interest and just messing about, and no, I just take it too seriously.
That's it. What I do like is because people say to me, what's the difference between being a medium on a paranormal investigation to being a medium in a church? And they're both the same in the same light, because as a medium in a church, you're giving the messages from their loved ones, and you're trying to let them know that their loved ones are at peace. And you're getting their story, and you're understanding them, and you're getting the proof. When we're doing a paranormal investigation and working as a medium, we're doing exactly the same.
Yeah.
You're trying to get their names. You're trying to get as a medium, you're using the same things as you would in the church, and you sort of have your little tick sheet. Have I got a name? Have I got a date? And it's like a little time tick sheet. And it's really good then, because if you start giving the proof, for people around, they go back going, wow, that was an amazing experience.
Yeah, that's it. I do see the difference though from giving readings to individual, because I've been doing development for about 5 years. I do it every week now, but I'm at a stage like, you can give readings, but then I know technically it's the same, but it is different when you're at an event.
Yeah.
So I don't know, because if I've been doing readings for people, am I now going to struggle communicating? I don't know. It's different.
It's more about asking your guide to because I tend to have my ones for my churches and one for paranormal, and it's about spending time getting to know that guide.
Yeah, well, I'm not very good at that yet.
and trusting them, because at the end of the day, as somebody who always told me, first thought spirit.
Yes, that's it.
Second thought is our own. That's what we should do when we're on an investigation. Because sometimes we say, can you smell that? And they're going, no, I can't smell anything. And you're going, oh, it's probably nothing. But was it? So we dissed what we had because we've said, well, nobody else could, so there's probably nothing.
But then you've got the opposite, where somebody could say, oh, I can smell. Then everyone in the room can smell it as well.
Yeah.
Haven't you?
And that's when it's nice just to be able to spread that around the room.
Yeah.
So that others can sense it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it is amazing. Just going on investigations, it's just surreal, really, what you can pick up. And no two investigations are the same.
It is. I mean, it's so lucky, because obviously when we go on the investigation, Dean takes so many photos, and it's so great, because I'm too busy in my own bubble with whatever I get. And then when you look back and he's got EV, energies at the side, and he can, see orbs and different things like that. I just think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
He just has this sense. He's going to do a course. When to take that photo. I don't know if you're the same, but he has that. He has the camera in his hand, and he's like, nope, yep.
Not a clue. I've got a camera in my hand all the time for nature photos, for whatever, but no. I'm not very good at capturing anything.
he seems to be a home and beacon with his camera. I think that's his mediumship. That's his way of working.
That's cool. Everyone's got their own way, and it's brilliant. What if you can do that with the camera, Dean? So I have seen a few of the photos, and they are amazing.
Yeah,
that is great.
Is he gone quiet again?
He's gone quiet. Yeah, just wave at him. Hi. Made him laugh. Right, we're actually coming to near the end of the show. Can I just say hello to Nick Millay? Nick is actually going to be a guest soon on my show. I'm just going to do a big guest announcement soon. Annalise, thanks for watching. Keith Brooks, thanks for watching. I want to thank everyone who's watched tonight. And I want to thank both Dean and Veronica as well. It's been brilliant. I am going to be doing an investigation very soon. There's quite a few of us. Do you just want to say a bit about that, Dean?
Yeah.
We're all getting together.
We'll be doing an investigation of it. Ivanhoe Workmen's Club in Conisbrough. Me, Veronica, you, Phil Norton, Mark Hughes, Kaz Rooney, Leslie Hudson. And it's coming soon. Yeah,
and it's so exciting. I just can't wait for this. Because, once again, some people have hardly ever spoken to there. So it's just going to be great to meet different people and learn different techniques and things like that, isn't it?
Exactly.
Just bring our energies and ideas together.
People there.
Yeah. And cheers for organising that one, Dean.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm going to Haunted Antiques on Saturday. I'm doing an all-nighter with the same people as last time. So that's going to be absolutely mental, maybe. We'll see. But, you don't know what you're going to get, do you?
No,
I don't know.
I don't think, what happened that time will never happen again. It is going to be totally different. You can't even go with any expectations, can you? Hi, Neil Adcock. Thanks for watching. Okay, we've got the last few minutes then. I want to thank you both for having a chat, and I hope everyone's found it interesting.
Thank you for having us.
Hey?
Thank you for having us.
Oh, it's great. No, it's nice to speak to you. I just like to speak to different people within the community.
Definitely.
Dean, the amount of experience Dean's got, you do your photography, which is absolutely amazing. Like Veronica, you have the SNU background, which I went to an SNU once to look at doing mediumship there, but they were all on about the foundation and the basis of what it was, which was totally different from what I thought I was going to attend.
Yeah.
So I thought they're going to talk about mediumship, but no, they're on about the foundation of the SNU, and yeah, okay. There's a quick question then. We don't have much time. Neil Adcock, what do you think of the revised 100 list of most haunted places? Have you seen that? That's actually come out last day or so. Haunted Antiques is 16th. Put it this way, I didn't realise we had to vote on that. And I think if we'd have known there's a vote, Haunted Antiques would be higher than that. I've been to a few in the top 10.
I don't think there should be a list, because what's active for you may not be active for somebody else. And also some of these places you can go to and get absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's other times.
So it's very hard to do a list, I think, because
we've got to go anyway. But once again, I want to thank you all. We've got Neil and Jane on the show next. They're on a discussion show. I said that I announced my guests. Okay, so next week is the Paranormal Discussion Show, and with Tina. On the 17th of August, I'll be speaking to Elizabeth Lee Crowther. Now, she's from the Spiritual Calling radio show, but actually she's an animal communicator. I actually saw her on the Pure Paranormal show, so that is going to be very interesting. 31st of August, I've got a guy who's watching us at the moment. He's from Illinois, we've got Nick Millay. And then on the 7th of September, I've got Simon Entwistle, the tour guide known for going around Pendle Hill. And he's an absolutely fascinating guy with his stories and his tales. Thanks for listening, everyone, and goodbye.
Bye.